Hi, how do you do? After I just said I don't drink on the show from that person that asked. It's my day. Okay, we're not even recording here. Let's do that. Hi.
Ready? Clap. Don't hurt yourself.
I kind of am. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? So I decided just now in the car when I was driving here, I kind of want to read the Wanted series for the 8th time.
Again?
The 8th time. I don't know. I just love it. It's like a good book, you know? Like it just brings joy to me. Because some of the books I read are so damn dark, I'm just like, I need something a little light.
I need some hopeless romantic crap like Alicia likes. I need a love story, an epic love story. And I, today...
Look at those white nails in the picture.
Striking.
And my eyelashes. That video sent me earlier. I was like, God damn, those bitches are caterpillars. But I've been trying not to touch them. So for our pictures, I can like have them like full.
Yes. I don't have any of those. You look beautiful. I look like a puffy thumb.
I think you look fabulous.
I've been crying today, and I'm drinking
Why?
a beer
because
today.
You're amazing? Yes.
No, I've been, we'll get into this throughout, but I
like your little hand motion. You're always like, hey, you,
hey,
hey,
PMA, bitch. Oh, let's do this really quick. Good mic check.
Is this taboo?
You know what this is.
Did you ever? What color are your underwear? I'm not wearing any.
Crash.
Hey-yo!
Like that.
Hippie Alicia jumping on the mic from good old Utah.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel this shit.
Welcome.
To Hard Talks.
Seduction.
Seduction.
Where the talks are really hard.
His voice.
I
thought
thought
this
this
was
hard.
Flaccid Talks.
It's gonna be hard today.
Sound deep.
It's gonna be deep today.
Ring. This is Hard Talks.
Hard talks.
Hard Talks.
Hard talks.
Hard Talks.
Hard talks?
Yeah.
You're listening to Hard Talks with a blonde and a hippie.
Flaccid talks.
Goodbye. Hard talk abduction.
Hey-o, fam.
That kid is cute.
We're rolling. We got this shit show rolling. We're
Hey-yo.
going.
Hey-yo.
We're
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Let's
here. Oh, this is Hard Talks with a Blonde and a Hippie. I am your trippy hippie, Alicia, jumping on the mic from good old Utah. I'm joined today with my favorite blonde, your favorite blonde. Who?
Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness.
How are you?
Well, you know what? Today is a very special day for me.
Today's a bitch-ass day for you.
Yes, and it should be for everyone. I mean, I hope everyone's...
Doesn't have to be today for everyone, but you have to pick a day.
Yeah, everyone's Thursday is going well. As of this recording date, it's January 20th. And, you know, it should have been a sign to me because that was the day I got married over Inauguration Day when Trump got inaugurated into office. Half of my family was very upset. That should have been the biggest red flag. Hey, probably don't get married. Weird.
Just wait.
Weird.
Wait, pop the baby out.
And then see.
The men been like, you know, we can get married now.
We retorted back to like the 1950s and basically did what we thought we should have done.
See, and that's why it didn't work out. Because you did what you thought you should have done, not what you wanted to do.
Well, there are a lot of things and reasons of why it didn't work out. But this is an 18 and up podcast. We talk all things controversial, difficult, wildly inappropriate, and taboo.
Boop, boop.
You would not be having this conversation at work with your boss,
With your
maybe
mom.
your grandma or your mom if they're cool like ours. Well, you know. But
Your
maybe
mom.
you should. Maybe you should have more of these
Maybe you need
conversations.
to have that conversation with your mom.
This is going to be a hard talk for me today because, as you guys know, I've had a really hard time talking about, like, my divorce and the past few years, and I didn't realize that was something that was still so difficult for me to talk about. But since today is my self-appreciation day, January 20th is my me day, I figured now is the time to, like, unravel.
It's so noisy over here.
Yeah, with your ice shaker.
Sorry. You
What is
Get
it
it.
called?
My blender bottle?
No, what's in it?
Oh, my liquid IV.
Yeah, I've heard of the liquid IV.
They're pretty good. Do you want to try it? It's strawberry.
No, I have a beer.
Oh.
I'm
It's
drinking.
nice because if you're dehydrated, it's like 3 bottles of water in one.
It's noon in Utah, and I'm drinking a beer on a Thursday.
But you know what?
Heyo.
What time is it in Australia? Let me look.
I don't know. I don't know. That they're probably like either yesterday or tomorrow still.
I think it's tomorrow.
I think it's tomorrow too, or yesterday.
Hey, what? There we go. Oh, it's 6:21 a.m. in Australia. Okay.
Okay, well,
And that's tomorrow. Where in the world is it 5 o'clock p.m.?
anywhere else.
Not
but
today.
here.
Not the world, bish.
That's okay. It is 5 o'clock somewhere.
Where is it? Like there's like.
And I've earned this beverage. We did a Q&A on our our stories on Instagram at Hard Talks with BNH yesterday. And someone even asked us, I think the question was, ask us anything. So they were like, why'd you stop drinking on the show? And I'm like, well, I have alcoholic tendencies, and having one can be hard. But
And here we are drinking some more.
the next day, I don't drink a lot on the show anymore just because I have set those limits and boundaries for myself. Since it is difficult for me sometimes with drinking, etc., I limit myself to one, and I pick an occasion, and today is worth the occasion.
Today is a good day. Did you tell us what you're drinking, Alicia?
It's
Like,
an ultra.
cut you off. Did you say that? I can't remember because I think I was asking Siri what Australia's time was.
It's just an ultra. A Michelob or ultra. An ultra.
Those are good.
I do like them. They're like a watered down
Michelob.
Corona.
Yeah, like they're like a nice little like bitch beer, but not like a Red's bitch beer.
Well, but to that, like, I have set boundaries for myself in the sense that I don't drink alone anymore. I don't drink on weeknights typically.
So, because I'm here, you're not drinking alone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you count. And it's a holiday for me.
It is a good day for you.
It is
you
a holiday
deserve
for me. So I
that
messaged my friend, and I was like, or he was like, well,
Part-time lover?
what's your schedule like
You got
today?
demoted to friend.
Well,
Don't worry, I still like you.
That also got brought up in a question box, and I just kind of wanted to make it be clear that we're not in a relationship. We celebrate each other's bodies when it's convenient for both of us, and we have a lot of love and adoration for each other.
Yeah.
But don't say the words because that is scary.
Well, do you have to?
Nay.
Why do you have to, though?
That's true.
Like, why do you have to say, like, those 4 special...
3.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe, like, they want to say, like, I love you, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I do to you all the time. But I mean, no. I
Say,
mean,
I love you.
I don't know. That's just where we're at right now. So I just didn't want it to get confused. I should probably stop talking about my personal love life or the lack thereof on the show.
I like it. I'm here for it.
I know you
Oh,
like to
excuse
bust
me.
my balls a lot.
I know, and it's amazing. And my white nails. I can't
My
get over
white
out. Like, look at
nails.
them.
But you sound like a Minnesotan when you just said that.
Sometimes I feel like your accent comes to me because I'm like, go to Minnesota. I don't know where that was. Just carry on.
Can you do it again?
No, that was like a one time. I don't even know what I
One Sarah.
did. The many mysteries of Sarah came out just now. We'll never see that again. Thank you, Minnesota Sarah.
That wasn't
Syrian?
a Minnesotan accent.
Minnesotan. Whatever the hell that was. Here, I'm throwing the hand gestures out that she does. Like, God, you're rubbing off on me, Alicia.
You got to do the full thrust too. If you're watching this, I hope you enjoy. One day this table won't be in front of us, so you can see our whole
We can be like
range
sitting
of motion here.
We'll have to be sitting in chairs and like have like a really long like mic set to us and be like, hey,
fluid.
we're here.
Shake of the boobs. Oh, we're both in black today.
Yeah, I really like black. Black is a
Yeah.
good color.
We're on the same frequency today. She
Always.
messaged me this morning, and I woke up at a decent hour, even though I was up until 3 a.m.
I mean,
editing our podcast episode. And I woke up at 8, and I was like, why am I even alive right now?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
looked at that and I was like, why the hell?
But then I do this to myself all the time. I'll lay in bed on my phone forever. Like I get distracted on the social medias, and I need to just not because Mama needs her sleep. And then by the time I'm tired again, Elliot's up and jumping on me and just needs all the attention. And sometimes I need to be better. But
if you're gonna if you need to have you time, get in the bath.
I don't like my bath. My bath is one of those baths that is old, so it doesn't matter how many times you scrub it or wash it. I have tried. The ceramic on the flooring is kind of chipped off. And so, I mean, Elliot has a bath every night. But
get I hate that, scraping your butt and you just feel gross. But it's not you. It's a ceramic on your tub that's, flaking off, and you're like, that's gross. But get, a little, pad to sit on.
So I had the non-slip thing.
They make you slip like nobody's business.
But then I had a little bit of PTSD. I actually threw the one away I had here because they get mildewy quickly. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I was fucking in the bathtub one time, and I was on the bottom, and logistically it's just hard to fuck in the bathtub. It's really not a lay down.
No, it's uncomfortable.
Type of place.
Yeah. I was on top one time, and I the friction, you get a tub
the
burn.
friction, literally.
You get a tub burn.
It was like an eraser burn.
But lucky for me, he was on the bottom and I was on the top.
Yeah, I tub burn on my lower back. And it was like, all right, well, you better hurry or I'm going to go get Jimmy, my
Be like, you're
my
hurting
dildo.
at this point. Fucking finish. You're like, it just hurts. I'm not even enjoying it anymore.
Leave it to Sarah. I bet you say that, actively while it's happening. Are you done yet? Can you just finish?
Are we there yet? I finished 10 minutes ago. I'm just waiting for you.
See, it's usually the opposite because I could go for days and they'll finish and it's so you're gonna do something for me now? You gonna do something about this, or are you just gonna roll over like a typical man and just be I could go.
Oh my god! No! Why would you put it there?
What do you mean?
Well, my hands. This is why she doesn't drink on the show, people.
You did it!
I know! Don't put it by me! You still love me, remember that. In your time
How
of hate.
fitting that our 5-day-old new MacBook is going to smell like beer for the rest of its life.
Michelob.
Mac.
It's a Michelamac.
It's a Michelamac.
It's a Mac
Okay.
Ultra.
Okay.
But don't you have a protection plan on it? See?
We have had it for 5 days.
Well, I'm just saying that's why you get a protection plan, because you get toddlers like me around.
I'm gonna die.
This has nothing to do with anything, but there was a TikTok video where she was like, when babies slobber, you get nervous because it's a lot of slobber. But then she put a teaspoon of water on a onesie, and it was the whole front of the onesie was soaked.
Yeah, those onesies aren't very absorbent. Okay.
What is this? You think this is absorbent?
No. It's mesh.
It's mesh.
Tablecloth.
And it's more on your table than it is on the mesh.
Yeah, I
cloth.
think that's why it spreads so much.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Okay.
Well, I'm just going to be over here, and she's probably going to hate me for the rest of my life.
Nope, I don't hate you at all because guess what? It still works.
I mean, hey, at least I broke it in.
But
at least I didn't drop it.
Oh my god, my sister did that to the first one.
That's what I'm saying.
My sister did.
Chase had his. I didn't drop it, though. He knocked it off the couch, and I was like, better you than me, bro.
Okay. Let me pause this and collect myself and see where we were. Oh my god, we're back and we're in business.
It's freaking colder than shit down here, too. And your hands are like ice cubes.
It's the anemia. Okay, so the computer is alive and healthy and thriving, and it will smell like beer forever. And that is just exactly.
Anticlimactic.
No, that's what we. It's now a part of the family. It's been christened.
It's been initiated in. You're welcome.
Watch the B tile, not tile. B. What are they
Button?
called?
The
Yeah,
B button?
the B button like stick
Oh man.
for beer.
That'd be funny. Like the B and then the E and the R. You're like,
I love how Sarah's immediate reaction was like, "But you put it there. Where are my hands?" I'm like, I'm sorry. This is a $2,500 computer. But on that
it's
note,
only 5 days old, so you can get a new one.
that's true.
That's what I was asking. But you know how especially you. Remember, you've almost spilled shit on this multiple times.
I know.
I don't know how we have not. Hopefully today is the day we learn to not put shit when I'm slamming my hand down right here. So I'm just going to sit on my hands.
I'm just going to put my drink in between my legs.
No, because that'll make you even more cold. It's cold.
My hands are always cold.
Your hands were like ice. Like, I thought an ice cube was on my head.
I started taking a new iron supplement, though, so I think that's helped. And now
We
that
probably
I've
won't
been...
really, like, get the benefits of it for, like, a couple of weeks. But
Yeah, but now that I've been, we talked about this yesterday, I'm bad at like eating throughout the day.
Yes.
I'll get home at the end of standing on my feet all day and be like, man, my body feels tingly. Why am I so hungry? You know what I
I'm
mean?
going to drink a beer.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink a beer. That's why I don't.
tingly.
That's why I don't drink alone or on weeknights by myself anymore, because typically I will get home and I'll start drinking when I'm making dinner. And then
You eat
next
2
thing I
bites.
know,
You're
I've
5
had
beers
3
in.
beers, and then I've lost all my appetite, feed Elliot, and then it becomes 9, 10 p.m. when I'm by myself in my comfies.
You're drinking some more about a popcorn. Then you just might as well go to
Yeah,
bed.
no, I will seriously eat a whole bowl of popcorn to myself, and just then I find myself binging fucking
Everything
junk food.
because you're hungry and your
And
body's
then-
like, I need all of it.
I find myself drunk and sad because I have had
Oh.
nothing to eat, and I've just been drinking beer, even if it's just 1 or 2. You know what I mean? You need food, friends. You need some substance.
More than
So-
popcorn. Popcorn's just a thing that'll give you cancer.
More context. You're
I
welcome.
love
that microwavable
popcorn.
popcorn is so bad for us.
I love popcorn.
You know, the
Love.
butter is like this
I like
waxy.
I like the extreme butter.
I do. I like the Orville Redenbacher's
Butter.
movie theater butter.
No, the ones that's like the Blasto butter,
Oh,
extreme butter.
this is a hard tangent, but this
And I
whole
like,
thing has been.
and
So,
I'll like rip it open
do you like all?
and I'll lick the bag.
Do you really?
Literally, I love butter that much.
I thought I was a freak.
No! Oh my
Okay.
god, there's all this butter left over. I'm
I
gonna
almost
just
put
rip.
my beer up here again.
See?
To give you context, okay, this is disgusting. This is a deep, dark secret. But you know what? It's my me
Is that
day,
your guilty
so,
pleasure?
no, I don't sit there and lick popcorn bags. But when I
like
was a
to
kid,
read.
and I've even brought this up before because it's one of my earliest fucking memories. I had to be like 2, 3 years old, tiny. And my aunts are only 8 and 9 years older than me. So she was really, really young too. But I
So
remember,
like 10.
yeah, she made a microwave bag of popcorn, and she literally fucking took a spoon and scraped the inside of the bag and just licked it. And I
Now
looked at
that's a
her,
way to
and
do it.
I'm like, what's it taste like? You know, as a kid,
Deliciousness.
I'm like, what's it taste like? And she's like, don't tell anybody. It's a secret. Grandma gets mad. And I,
I
was
don't
like,
get why though.
I was like, because it's gross.
why?
Because it is.
No one else.
You're literally licking like margarine butter. When I think of margarine butter, imagine what it does to your insides. It's not real butter. So imagine putting like a rubber glove on and sticking your hand inside a vat of margarine, and then pulling it out. And that's what it probably looks like inside of our bodies.
Oh, I love it. I used to, when I was little, I would like get on the counter and just like grab the stick of butter and just like ham town it.
My aunt's kid does that with blocks of cheese. Like, we used to go get the cheese and... No!
Plugged in.
It is plugged in!
Oh my, this tablecloth is like making me nervous.
Is this the day of struggles?
Apparently, because this tablecloth, you're just gonna like one day you're just gonna take it with you, and that I can just see everything just being flown off the table. I just like Mike keeps telling me I don't have storage. She's like, look at this, like you have it, and you just like grab it and take it with you, so just like stuff it in here.
Before anything else happens on this epic, fabulous
Still a
me
good day.
It's
It's been an adventure.
I tripped coming down the stairs after cleaning up the computer, and Sarah's like, "Are you sure you're having a good day?" And I'm like,
Yeah, you tripped over there. You tripped over here.
I was like, I'm just so excited to be here.
Like I just want you to break an ankle. I can't carry up the stairs.
I'd rather break my ankle than this $2,500 computer.
Your hospital bill would be $2,500.
I don't care. At least I can edit while I'm mending.
That's true. So, I mean, good things
So-
come to those who pass.
The me day.
I don't know.
I started this a few years ago. My first wedding anniversary came up, and I was dreading it, right? I was like, fuck, that's going to be a hard day to get through. And I was kind of like working through that devastation and heartbreak still. I think for a long time I held on to the thought that he was going to come back at some point.
Yeah.
And it was about a year into it where I was finally like, oh, you don't want him to come back. No. But my friend, he asked me what my schedule was like today, who I had on the salon books. And I was like, you know what? Today is actually my me day. It's a very special day for me. I'm going to treat myself to not working, recording a podcast episode that's going to go seamlessly. And then
After you cut and paste everything.
I'm gonna go get my oil changed because
Go to Take 5.
I will. I've been putting that off for
Like 10 minutes.
4 months. My car is in desperate need, and it's just one of those things where I'm like, okay, today I'll do it. Today it never happens.
With oil changes, never scrap out on that because it will make your car last forever. That and the timing belt / chain.
Yeah,
Your car will last forever.
that is a priority today as soon as we get done recording.
Take 5 over by Kylie's house. Like, I think we were there for maybe 10 minutes.
Okay,
You don't
that's
even
where
get
I'm
out of
going.
your car.
That's where I'm going.
All you gotta do is
Yes.
just turn it off, and they'll check all your fluids. Like
They're gonna laugh at me, or they're gonna be like, they're gonna look at each other and be like, this white girl has nothing. She's
Be
running
like-
on fumes.
I'm surprised her engine didn't seize.
Yeah, don't say that. Knock on this wood wall.
Go there today. Make it a priority.
and-
Me day.
And then I have a 4:00 massage appointment.
I love all these words.
Yes.
Get this tension from this episode out because I need a massage after this because I feel like shit. I am so sorry.
You're fine.
so bad.
We are here. We're alive. So before
Banana.
I jump into everything, he was like, so what's your me day? And I was like, oh, it's my me day. It's my self-appreciation day that I celebrate once a year, every January 20th. And he's like, so like a birthday? And I was like,
No.
no, it's not my birthday. Trust me, I celebrate the whole month for my birthday. But this...
Even though your birthday is May 1st.
Yeah. All through...
So all of April
So,
does she celebrate
like
her
the last
birthday?
2 weeks of April and then the...
First 2 weeks of May.
Yes, exactly.
We should just celebrate like all the month of May because mine's May 20th. So we can just celebrate our whole birthday together.
I know, I'm sad you're not going to Cancun with me for my birthday.
When are you going to Cancun?
I will be in Mexico May 1st through the 8th.
Okay. For your birthday. Okay.
I'm very excited.
I'm
I
excited
haven't been
for
in
you.
a couple years, so that'll be
You're
great.
supposed to go, but then COVID happened, and now it's like,
And now I'm going, and it's gonna be great.
it's on your birthday, so you better have a drink for me.
Dipping my toes in sand and drinking cervezas and finding the mota.
Just don't drink too much because you know how strong it can be. And don't find yourself face down in the sand again.
I know. Never again. Or skinny dipping.
Don't go in the water when you're inebriated.
I think-
Inebriated. What is that word?
Inebriated.
That was, I said it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll die.
Sometimes my words are just like, what? Your
But-
me day.
My me day,
It's all about you.
this would have been my fourth or fifth wedding anniversary today. And
So how long were you guys married before?
we were married for about a year and a half, but together for about 6 years.
So it would have been, so when you started this, it would have been your second year anniversary.
yes.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm here for it.
because I think in our marriage we only celebrated 1 year anniversary together. Anyways, so after my divorce, there was infidelity involved. He left, and I just kind of was left with everything and was expected to just pick up the pieces and kind of be okay. And I was not. That first year, I was not. I was doing a lot of drugs.
That was before like we really clicked.
Yep. I was hanging out with anyone who I could fit in with, not necessarily great people or people who cared for me,
Not me.
just somewhere I felt like I could put myself or numb out for a while, you know what I mean?
I think it was more like they didn't know you and the extent of what happened.
Well, I think also the friend group I had going into early divorcehood, everyone was so fucking involved in my divorce.
Yeah. It wasn't you and so, it was like you and
No, and it wasn't even like me and X. It was like X left, and then it was me and everyone else's opinion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then there's so-called friends showing me pictures of him and someone I thought was my friend on Facebook kissing or going out to all these fun things while I'm at home
with a
starving
baby.
myself with a 1.5-year-old at my mama's house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there was just a lot of time where I didn't want to feel anything. I didn't want to cope with anything. And I thought he'd come back. And the day that I finally came to the realization that that wasn't going to happen was my very first me day. And our first wedding or anniversary after he left, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be sad about this anymore. I don't want to waste away over someone who doesn't give a fuck about me or what he strapped me with. You know what I mean? How can I turn this around into a positive way? How can I look forward to this day every year rather than dreading it? And so I remember posting my first post on Facebook, and I'll actually read it to you, but it was just, you could feel how sad and heartbroken I was. There was almost like a longing for that person still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus when that memory popped up today and I saw it laying in bed when I was supposed to be sleeping. And I was like, I'm not going to write anything. This is personal. This is my me day. I've officially come to terms and gotten to a point in my healing journey that I don't need to post a long saga. And then an hour and a half later, I
she's
get done.
posting a saga.
I'm crying and wiping away tears, and I'm like, my God, I'm so proud of myself. Like,
You are an excellent writer, though.
thank you.
You need to get it out. You can't always keep it in.
But also, I feel like a lot of people can relate to this in the sense that, you know, you obviously can't get rid of those memories, and you shouldn't.
No.
And the hardest part of healing is, like, actually allowing yourself to feel. Do better than me. Don't drink and do drugs and have sex to forget, because it just, that
Doesn't work.
hurt multiplies, you know what I mean? And it just gets deeper and festers, and it's going to come up eventually. And I learned that after my adoption. You know, when we got a divorce, I was like, I can't let this fester like I allowed that to fester, because shit got bad. And I allowed myself to be in a relationship with a narcissist for so long because, for one, I couldn't even recognize it. But two, I never allowed myself to heal after the adoption. I never took the time to get to know myself. I never really even looked at the person who I thought was loving me and got to know him either. I think it was a very surface level thing. Even though we lived together and we were together every day for so long, I don't think we knew each other past
What
a
you wanted.
superficial level. You know,
Yeah.
aside from getting high and doing dabs together all day and being intimate. I mean, yeah, you have that connection, but to really know someone.
You had a sexual connection, but you didn't have the emotional connection.
Well, and it felt like an emotional connection at the time,
For sure.
but I didn't even know myself. How could that person know me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much about myself I still needed to discover. And it unfortunately took me getting married, having a child, and then getting a divorce, and a very painful divorce, I might add, a long one, very turbulent, for me to finally
I
realize.
still feel the kickback from that.
Yeah, for me to finally realize, like, who the fuck I am.
And you are amazing.
I am amazing. Will you pull up that post for me on Facebook? I only have today's.
I will.
I wanted to read you the first post I posted in 2019 versus the one I wrote today.
So do you want both of them?
Yeah, you should be able just pull up the one on my page. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Oh. Okay, so this was written January 20th, technically 2019, but it says 2020. It says, "Let me be very vulnerable and transparent for a moment. This post is for myself to commemorate another year of good days, awful days, all my accomplishments, setbacks, and all the highlights and best moments, as well as the worst in between, including..." Oh, wait, I said that already. "My life and another year down. January 20th was supposed to be a different kind of celebration, and today, on what would have been another wedding anniversary, I celebrate myself instead.
Hey.
And I'm loving it. Even when it's bittersweet. Last year, I remember being afraid of experiencing this day for the first time without you. But it came and went just like any other day, like most tend to do. I remember seeing you and asking you if you remembered if you remembered what the day was. And you said no, like I suspected you would. I stood there collected and better than before, stronger, just like every other day. I took something away from that moment. Instead of holding on to the hurt and grieving the loss of a life I thought we were living, I turned a painful day into an exciting one, in which has nothing to do with you, except for when I talk about it. January 20th is forever my day, and each year that passes, when I look back on how young and in love we once were, I'll feel empowered in knowing I can survive and thrive through anything. This day will be not forgotten, but replaced with memories of undoubted self-love and reflection. I deserve this day to look back on and see my own involvement and be proud, because I am so damn proud. I look back on how I used to look at you with so much adoration and respect. Now I do my best to shower myself with that same level of love and respect I once poured onto you. And I won't lie, sometimes my heart still aches over what I thought I lost, but most days I have a grateful heart to you for gifting me with some of the most difficult trials of my life so far, for leaving me for someone I thought was a friend, for showing me how naive and truly lost I was, for waking me up. You have made me a better mother and who I'm supposed to be today. I'm stronger than I ever could have imagined, and I'm humbled by what I've learned. I absolutely owe it to my hardships for molding me into the person who's writing this now. I find courage in being vulnerable and being able to finally speak my truth on my hurt and my continuing journey in conquering it. It's healing. I love who I am and who I'm becoming, and I guess that's the most exciting thing to me. We never know where we're going or who we're going to be a year from now, let alone the rest of our lives. We're all really just on this lifelong journey of self-discovery. Embrace this roller coaster, friends. Enjoy it. Laugh through it. Ha-ha. The ride is much more fun that way. I pinky swear. So cheers to January 20th. Cheers to everyone who's doing their very best to be a part of the good. Cheers to you if you're reading this or listening to this now and you're trying to overcome something. I promise that you will. Cheers to living and loving ourselves, and cheers to me.
Cheers to you, bitch.
Cheers to me. I remember doing the exact same thing then as I did this morning. It took me a long, long time to write it. I wrote it before Elliot even woke up in my bed in my basement apartment at my aunt's house. And I just remember sobbing through it. And I was like, fuck this guy. I'm not sad. This is a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be great. And let me tell you, if it feels like there's not a light at the end of your tunnel, I swear to fucking God there is, because I've been there. I've been there not just with relationships, but I have had some fucking hard chapters in my life where I never, ever, ever thought I'd see the light of day. You know what I mean? I wanted to die. I was very suicidal. I contemplating ending my life many, many times. And so the fact that I am here today and I can tell you and look at you as you're watching this and just from the bottom of my heart of hearts say things will get better, I fucking mean it. Because every year that I have had a self-reflection day or a self-appreciation day on what would have been my wedding anniversary, it gets so much easier. And when I wrote today's post, I did cry at the very end because I was talking about my big old pregnant belly and my grandma's wedding dress.
Yep.
And I think that's what made me sad, is just like everybody really came together for us at that time. I think mostly because they didn't want me to repeat what had happened with my oldest son. Mm-hmm. Everyone wanted better for me. Everyone believed in my ex-husband and wanted us to have a good marriage and a good life together. But I think we both jumped into it. I think we both felt pressure. I think we both felt like that was what was right. Mm-hmm. Even though neither of us grew up in a religious family necessarily. I mean, obviously my mom grew up LDS, my dad grew up Catholic. That's why they put me into Catholic school. I knew about religion, but we never practiced that in our house. And it wasn't until my pregnancies where suddenly everyone became fucking godly and was like, this is the right thing to do. And it was just kind of like, follow suit, do it. So I don't know. We planned our wedding in 4 weeks. I think less than that, 3 weeks. I think I spent $400 on my wedding altogether.
Yeah.
And I look back on that now and I'm actually pretty fucking grateful. I'm really glad that we didn't spend months and months or years planning this wedding, and I'm glad that we didn't pay a lot of money for it too, because it was short-lived. And looking back on things now, I remember that was very hurtful. I was like, I wanted this to be forever. I thought this was supposed to be forever. And since it was so short-lived, I felt like that was just an additional dagger in my back. You know what I mean? So just a wild ride. I think it's important for everybody to have a day to reflect and look back at their own involvement, because it's so true. You too. Think of how much you've changed in the last year.
I had a
365 days.
You change a lot in a year. And two, I think like you said, with crying, it's okay to cry because you're purging. Like you need to purge those feelings out, because now you're like, you only cried because of your pregnant belly. I'm gonna cry about my pregnant belly because it is sad. But again, like you're purging those feelings, and like the next year, it just gets better. Yes. And then one day you're just gonna be like, yeah, I was.
Well, and you brought something to my attention yesterday when we were chatting. Letting go of things that you can't control. Mm-hmm. That was huge because I would let it weigh on me for so long. I remember one night, it was maybe like a month after we'd separated, just like sobbing, ugly girl, crying on my kitchen floor, just like on my hands and knees in the fetal position, just sobbing. And I was like, what's wrong with me? Why am I unworthy of love? Why am I unworthy of all these good things? And it did take time and a lot of looking inward, but finally I was like, fuck that, I'm fucking awesome. You know what I mean? And
he wasn't deserving of what you had to offer.
Nobody should make you feel inferior. And that is something I really tried to hold on to writing today's post, because it wasn't so much about the love that I lost or the friendship or relationship that I thought we had that I lost. It was more about me and my own personal fucking growth. And you want to know why healing is so damn hard, fam? It's because it's painful. Mm-hmm. And society has this warped expectation. You know, we are constantly comparing ourselves, even down to our pain. Well, I've experienced this and that person experienced that, so it's not the same. You know what I mean? No. Yeah. Pain and trauma and hurt is still pain and trauma and hurt. You know what I mean? And I've mentioned this on the show before too. I would get so frustrated with myself because society expects you to get over things so quickly. Oh, it's been a month and you're still crying about that?
Yeah.
You know, death, divorce, hardship, loss, that is such a personal thing to everybody. You know what I mean? And you can't compare yourself if you feel like you're over something and someone else is not. They're still going through it. And how unfair is it of us to be like, just get over it already?
But too, we don't know the expectation. Like, we don't know, like, how long it's been going on. Like, maybe they were divorced for a couple of years, but, like, it was just finalized. And so, like, now it's, like, the final nail in their coffin. Like, they have to mourn the years that they were together. You can't just be like, oh, we were together for 20 years. I'm going to get over it in a month.
Yeah. Well, and the fact that people say, like, oh, it takes half the time of your relationship that you were together to get over someone. So I was with him for 6 years, so it'll take me 3 years to, like, fully heal or mend myself. I actually feel that, and I'm going to vouch for that because it has taken me about 3 years to finally get to this point. It
could be longer. It could be shorter. It's just depending on you as a person. Your pain is, like, your pain. But everyone's pain can be the same.
Yeah, your pain is immeasurable, and no one else knows what's going on.
No one can tell you when you should not be in pain anymore.
No, but to that, there's almost this unvoiced expectation. Like, it was, my divorce took about 1.5 years to finally finalize because even though he left, he wanted to fight me tooth and fucking nail for everything, and I just couldn't wrap my mind around that. I was like, you left and you didn't love me anymore and you wanted to leave so quickly. Like, why are you fighting me so hard on everything now?
Why are you dragging it out more?
Yeah, but I mean, even when it was finalized and I hit that 2-year mark of singlehood, I would bring something up that really bothered me. Or, you know, we have a very tumultuous co-parenting relationship, so there's still a lot of arguing that would go on, or still a lot of hurtful things that were being thrown back and forth. And so anytime I'd voice that to someone, even members of my own family, they'd be like, oh my God, that feels like so long ago. Like, I can't believe this is still going on. Even though they're trying to be supportive still, it still kind of triggered something in my mind that was like, oh my God, you're right, I should be over this already. And that is not fair for anyone to do to themselves. And I think that's my point here, is like, you need to be patient with the fucking healing process. Actually allow yourself to feel those feelings. Actually allow yourself to process things. And don't get frustrated if something comes up years down the road that suddenly triggers you to be sad or feel nostalgic towards that person or a memory. You know what I mean?
Your subconscious remembers.
That is the hard thing of healing. There is no...
It's never going to go away.
Yeah, and there's no time limit, you know?
Yeah.
So, that being said...
So, your new post for the day?
I posted this morning, and I sent it to Sarah, and I was like, aren't you proud of me? She sent me a Snapchat of her adorable baby, and she's like, are you up? And I'm laying in bed, wiping away tears.
I'm like, get your ass up out of bed. Let's go.
Elliot has no underwear on. He's laying next to me half naked with a bowl of popcorn at 10 a.m. Today's been productive. And,
I like it.
Hey, he's at school, so...
That's what counts.
That's what counts. I got him there. But she's showing me her baby. She's like, hey, well, we're ready whenever you are. And I'm like, I just wrote this post, and I'm so proud of me. And I've been reflecting for the past 3 hours, and oh, my God, your baby's cute.
She's like, I'm amazing. And she's like, it's fine. And I'm like, can we get going? I got shit to do.
And with the shit show express that has been in this episode.
We should have started earlier.
Well, that's okay.
It's totally fine.
This is good. This has been a good flow.
It's been a really good flow.
Well, I've been flowing. You've been a good listener.
Well, I mean, it's your appreciation day. I'm just here to be your bouncing board, your sounding board. Bounce shit off of me.
Will you be my bouncing board
I
later?
will.
Okay. All right. So, today,
Here we are.
you know, I have those labeled and they're still hard for me.
I know I could see you're over there trying to figure out which one you wanted.
I should have pushed the crickets button. Today is a very special day for me. And you too. Woo! My me day. I could post some sappy post, which I did, about how far I've come and how much I've learned and grown, but I don't feel the need to do that anymore. Don't get me wrong, this is still gonna be a long post, but for me and for me alone. And that was my point there. See, it's gonna be long and sappy, but just for me.
But just know it's long
And
and
now
for
you.
her.
Now you.
And you're just gonna read it and listen to it and love it. She lost her place.
Yes, I did. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be a long post, but for me and me alone. I think my growth is evident. What do you think, Sarah?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And a part of my journey was learning that my healing was never, ever anyone else's business. And I didn't need to prove myself to anyone other than to myself anymore. I've let go of the life I thought I was supposed to be living and have fallen madly in love with the life I was thrust into. I've accomplished more on my own and discovered a strength within myself I never knew existed. At the time, I couldn't see past heartbreak and devastation. Now, if I could, I think I'd hug him. From saving me from a lifetime of uncertainty and insecurity.
Or like dragging it out longer.
Yeah.
Shit.
I couldn't imagine if we'd been married for 30 years and then he had an affair. I don't know how you men do it. Like, when you're
The grass
that
is
invested,
never greener on the other side.
no, it's green where you water it, bish. Okay, so keep your eyes in your
even
own
like-
fenced perimeter.
Or even like a couple years more down the road.
I know, when you're that invested, I went a little fucking crazy after. I really did, rightfully so. But if I was that invested, I
Who knows
am
what would have happened?
empathetic towards the partners who murder said person on
shit,
those
you
crime
get it.
episodes. I didn't murder anybody.
We
but-
get it, though. We're here for it. We understand
But
you.
yeah, when I hear about those, triangles, those love triangles that never
That's a
end
box?
well. This is my triangle pyramid.
Oh, okay. I see. You're going
My love-
upside down. I usually do
you know,
triangles.
we've all heard a case on like Crime Junkie or any true crime anything where there's infidelity and then the person cheating or the mistress or whatever gets killed out of
Carrie
a
Underwood's
fit of
song,
rage. Yeah.
Two black Cadillacs.
I mean, to some that sounds like insanity. Like, oh, I could
No.
never be brought to that level of madness. But for
Shit
me,
happens.
at my negative, low, I was like, I get it.
I'm here for it.
I
I
do.
see you.
But yeah, no, I'm glad it wasn't any longer. It wouldn't have worked out well. It would have been worse. I look back on those 6 years we were together, all our old friends, our old stomping grounds, the many different places we laid our heads together, our marriage, and the family that we briefly made. And it doesn't feel real to me. And it really doesn't. Yeah. It feels more like some dream saga I made up in my head and kept mulling over. 3 years of divorcehood, and if someone would have told me in the beginning that it would be the best thing to ever happen to me, I would have angrily laughed/cried in their face and probably have cursed them out. I used to think God, I can't read. I'm just emotional. It used to break my little hopeless romantic heart in knowing that I'd experienced it all. Long-term relationships, marriage, motherhood, and yet I'd never known real love. For a long time, I felt like something was wrong with me, and I didn't deserve a true love or a healthy relationship. Now I look at it totally different. I was never at a loss. I was at another life-learning juncture, and after I finally came to that realization, the weight of loss shifted. Suddenly, everything that came my way became a life lesson, And rather than rolling over from fear of what it may bring, my headspace changed, and anything hard or worth stressing over became, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? Or what can I take away from this?
Right there. Start right there. Top.
Oh, my idea of love changed too when I realized it was transcendent. I concluded that love ebbs and flows exactly at all the right moments. It's fluid, and it comes and goes out of our lives exactly as it needs to. As the powerful force that love is, it cannot be forced, rather enjoyed when it organically finds you. Through my failed experiences of what I thought was love in the past, I finally realized if I ever wanted to love or have a relationship to last, I needed to learn to love myself deeply, passionately, and fully first. I needed to love myself like no one ever had before. I needed to get to know myself and figure out how and why I ticked the way I did. I needed to feel for the first time in a long time rather than numbing out. I needed to learn and unlearn all my toxic cycles and behaviors so I could break them. And though that part has probably been one of the hardest, I've found a love for myself you can only find when you put in all the hard work, and a respect you can only come to find when you finally are able to be the authentic, confident, weird, goofy, wild, off-the-wall person you were always meant to be. It's been a real gift to finally be content with the skin I live in and the life I lead, and that's all I've ever tried to do since. Trust that everything comes exactly as it should. All I can do now is sit back and enjoy the ride to best navigate how my life unfolds. I look back at the pregnant girl at her shotgun wedding, wearing her grandmother's old white dress because nothing else fit over her big, round, beautiful belly, standing next to the guy she thought she knew so well, better than anybody. And in reality, they were strangers, barely 21, lost in not knowing what the next right thing to do was. And I sigh. That little girl didn't know her ass from her head more than she did when she was 17 and pregnant. She just wanted something more than what she had then. So when we promised each other forever, maybe that 18 months was exactly the right amount of our forever that she needed to wake the fuck up and figure out who she was. That's the immaculate, chaotic way of life. Your most heart-wrenching times become the most invaluable lessons. And though I've still got so much left to learn, rather than running away, I picked that metaphorical surfboard up, stoked to ride the next rad and epic wave. Happy Me Day. To say I'm fucking proud of myself is a massive understatement. I love me. I love my life. I forgive my past, adore my present, and look so forward to my future. Hot damn. So,
Cheers to you.
if you're struggling, yes, cheers to all of you. If
That was beautiful. I almost teared up, and then you got all excited and made me happy again. But that was tear jerking.
I gotta laugh because then I just cry, you know.
But it's okay to cry. Purge those feelings out.
Big dick Taurus energy. over emotional.
I thought you were saying ovary.
Over that.
Hey.
I'm a fertile myrtle. Oy.
Are you pregnant?
I had a dream the other day that I was pregnant.
With the girl?
I don't know the gender. It was just
they have
me
lots of
freaking
baby
the
clips.
fuck out the whole 8 hours I was asleep.
I would love it. Our babies could grow up together.
I think I'd love to have another kid in the future, but now at this juncture in my life, it would not be good.
I mean, hey, if it's meant to be, it's
Would
meant
not
to
be good. But I was telling our boss about it. I was like, I had this dream about being pregnant, and it really freaked me out. Her client turns to me and she's like, that means there's going to be like something new coming into your life.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Doesn't mean you're pregnant, but like that's something life-changing. So something life-changing is coming into your life.
yeah, something epic is coming.
Was I there?
No, I don't
you'll get
remember
through
all
it.
the people. I just remember like, because
That's a good thing to take out of it because dreams are very perspective like that. It's not because you're going to be pregnant. It's because something life-changing will happen.
I want to get a dream dictionary
I like
because
that.
typically dreams manifest in weird ways. They don't mean what we think they mean.
Because
You
you're
know
not,
what I mean?
like she said, you're not pregnant, but something life-changing
There's
will happen.
something, a new birth of something coming into your life, something
You're gonna be
exciting,
birthing
something
something.
wonderful, something new. So,
Not a baby.
if you guys listening, I'm sorry this episode has kind of been a kerfuffle, but I
Just
feel
wait.
really good about it.
I like it. Once you like cut and edit it and get it all together, it's gonna be one.
I'm gonna keep the computer part in there because that was scurry.
That was
scurry.
like I'm
I
sure
was
my
like-
face went like white.
I was like, this is why it was so hard to get because it was never meant for me. Hey,
It was
that's
meant
negative
for,
talk.
It was meant for you. It was just meant to look at you drinking a beer, and we needed to initiate it in. Boom, snap, shakalaka.
It's been initiated. I'm gonna install cup holders on this fold-out table.
You need to get rid of this sham thing
know,
because every time you get up or I get up, I'm taking it with me. And
I know.
I can just see like in your mind where you like grab the table and just whip it out. It's kind of like that Jim Carrey, where he's the Grinch. Did you know that he rips the tablecloth off?
Yeah.
And he didn't mean for it to stay. He
Is that why he fucks it up after?
Because he literally meant to take it and like mess it up, but it just like it worked out perfectly. He's like, "Are you kidding?" So he goes over and messes it up, and they liked it so much they kept it in the scene.
He's like the only time that would ever happen in real life.
And they caught it on camera. I feel
That's
like but a
amazing.
lot of Jim Carrey's movies are like impromptu.
Yeah, unscripted. Well, and
Him
that's,
and
that's the
Robin
beautiful
Williams.
thing about our. Oh, I love Robin Williams.
May you rest
That's the
in
beautiful
peace.
thing about our show. You know, usually we come together and I have one thing in mind to talk about, and
We never talk about it.
yeah, just beautiful,
But
epic.
that's why
comedic
we
shit
have a
comes
podcast
out.
together is because we flow beautifully. And our friendship has grown since we've met. Even since before we started this podcast, we were still those little awkward people that were getting to know each other. And now look at us. I've seen your vagina.
That's beautiful.
And now shit's getting deep.
I love those deep talks. You just gave me goosebumps.
Because you're my best friend and I love you.
Oh.
Sober
Thank
Sarah
you.
loves you just as much as drunk Sarah loves you.
Oh, wow. That's like a big compliment. Because
If I like you drunk, I really like you sober.
no, Sarah is in love with me when she's drunk. There's no liking. It's like a, hey, who needs men?
I'd go lesbian for
Let's shack up and I'll raise your baby. Hey, we could raise our babies together and we could adopt a baby together.
Let's do it.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
I'm
that
in.
journey for us.
Chase will just be in the background. If we need him for something, we'll bring him along.
He could be our handyman and not in that sense.
No, like shit needs to be fixed around the house.
Yeah.
Chase, let's go.
Yeah, exactly. I think
I
he
got
might
my
love that.
I got my clitoris sucker. Okay, I don't need.
I think
you.
it'd be a big party for all of us. Anyone who's
Fun.
involved.
Chase would love it. He always jokes about it, but I think deep down he'd really be like, "I'm here for it." He'd want his own little harem.
That most men do. And
I
if they
mean,
say they don't, they're
they do.
lying. They're lying to you.
But it'd
But-
be perfect because, like, you know, a little bit of sex over here, sex craze over here.
Yeah.
Great.
We were going to do a different topic for today, but I even said that to Sarah amidst my crying Snapchat this morning. It's like, it's my me day. We should do a me day episode because even though it's about Alicia's day, everybody should have a day. You know what I mean?
Pick a day.
And it
Make
doesn't
it your day.
It doesn't have to mean like you have to go out and
No.
blow a bunch of money on yourself, but
Take a bath.
just treat yourself. Treat yourself kindly. Love yourself
Take a nudie.
and save
keep it.
Yes. Ooh.
Yes.
I should do that today.
That's your me day. If that is literally all. That's all you do today.
This
that
is my
is your
smaller
me day.
breasts, so
I wore like my bra yesterday. I didn't think I loved it because I'm used to wearing my like sporty bra shaped nursing bras, and I wore that, and it just like too much gappage. Like it just sucked in.
yeah.
But for our pictures, Mama ain't wearing no clothes.
yeah.
I mean, she's wearing clothes. She's not wearing undergarments because the dress I'm gonna wear will just show all my post baby body, and it'll be amazing.
it's
and you
gonna
will
be
love
good.
it,
We
and
have a photo shoot this
I got
Sunday.
chubs.
It's gonna be great. At 3
gonna be
different
epic.
locations. I don't know how it's gonna work because it's gonna be 38 degrees
We're
out.
gonna, it'll be fun because at our first, because we were engaged for a year, I wanted to do like the time, like fall, winter, and spring pictures.
Oh, you wanted like a collab of all of them?
Yes. So our winter ones, we were up at Snow Base, and it was January. The snowflakes, I shit you not, were like this big.
But that makes for a beautiful photo.
It was amazing. She's like, I didn't even have to like Photoshop snow. It was so good. I was in like a thin, long sleeve T-shirt and like this like vest. Chase had on like a long sleeve, a jacket, like this really thick zip up jacket,
Like
and then
a
his
Carhartt.
like snow coat. And I'm over here like freezing my ever loving ass off, and
I'm
he's
cute
all like,
though, right?
but they looked here. I'm gonna find one.
I bet I look cute, right?
Oh, I look damn good, but it was.
That's what our photographer said, though. So he's like, you guys might want to just hop in my car because I have ass heaters.
I don't.
That's exactly what he said.
See, that's what I wore, and that's what he wore. So
you look cold.
I was freezing.
You look like your toes are about to go
But
blue.
that's all snow.
That's beautiful.
That wasn't photoshopped in.
Your little
Look
Sammy
how little
dog
we
just
are.
looks adorable.
He looks like his
little
one
fluff
eye.
bucket. I know.
'Cause
so
his brown
cute.
eye.
Those are beautiful. But that's exactly what the photographer
But
said.
see-
He's like, it's going to be so cold. I can Photoshop out a lot of things.
See, like our noses. She had to like Photoshop our noses.
They're
'cause
bright
they were
red?
Bright red, and my ankles. They had heels on.
Oh, yes. So you're like falling into the snow.
Oh yeah, I can't even like zoom in. It's like I can't zoom in on this picture. Oh, there we go. She had to like white out my ankles.
You look so young. Even
Well,
though
yeah.
that was like just a few years ago.
That was 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Man, isn't it crazy how much we changed? That to all this too.
Look at how little change.
When you make a commitment to someone for forever.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously marriage isn't held to the same standard it was even 20 years ago.
But for you in that moment, it is forever.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going into forever. I think that's why I was so heartbroken because it was like, fuck. I had a conversation with ex-husband and his now fiance when I was still married to him as a collective, and I was like, my God, I'm so glad I'll never have to date again. I said that to my friend, her, who's now marrying my ex-husband. And I look back on that, I was like, I should have grabbed you by the throat and thrown you out of my fucking house. But I didn't know, and I was very naive.
You didn't know that she
and
was
so
a backstabbing
trusting.
bitch.
And you know what? I was so naive that I would have been friends with anyone who would have even superficially accepted me because I
Yeah.
didn't have any friends of my own. When I say I had no identity when I was married or even in that entire relationship, I mean I had no identity. I worked my ass off for everything that I have and obviously still have now. But everything was geared towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to go have a recording studio session because he's a SoundCloud rapper. Woo woo! I'd pay for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was always fronting the bills.
You're
I
always,
was
like,
always the
pleasing
breadwinner. Winner. Yeah, I was always putting my feelings, my wants, my likes that I didn't even know I had on the back burner. And
To keep him happy.
I get stuck on that because it's like, how could you think that was forever?
When you weren't even happy.
Yeah,
But in the moment you thought you were excited because you're like, you know what? He's gonna make it big and then it'll be time for me.
but I deeply thought I loved him.
Yeah.
And I think that love came from compounding all of my devastation from my adoption and that previous relationship and all my hurt into this new one that I never, like I said, allowed myself to learn or grow. I didn't like change. It terrified me. And now I fucking beckon it. I'm like, yes, give me all the change. I can't wait. And I
To be
said
standing
this,
on top of this shit pile you gave me.
yes, I said this, I think, on the last episode or the episode before. You know what I mean? I get lonely sometimes and I get sad. But then I look at myself and all that I've overcome in the last decade even.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. And like my post, you know, such a strong force like love cannot be forced. It comes organically. And every step along the way, every big milestone I've had, I've been like, okay, I don't need anybody. You know what I mean? If a person that's ready, and when I'm ready, whenever they come into my life, I will be happy in that relationship and knowing that I can weather any storm. And when shit hits the fan, I have enough strength to persevere and pull up my big girl chonies and just push on. Even when on the inside it feels like death to everyone else, it's like, you know, you're doing it. So
you're freaking killing it, and you're over here like laying dead on the street, and we're like, she's fucking killing it.
Yeah. And I mean, in those lonely...
That was a very short applause. Oh, there we go.
That's for you guys. In those lonely days, too, I just have to remind myself that I'm not ready for a relationship, you know?
And that's okay.
I'm still
lover.
recovering. Yeah. Well, I'm still recovering. And when it
time.
comes to that, because you like to bring him up.
I do like to bring him up.
We're both not ready for each other. And I think that we finally have reached this level of understanding where we have so much love for each other, but it's all about timing, right?
But too, I think he needs what he is exactly what you need him to be in this moment right now.
Absolutely. And in the beginning, that was hard because I wanted so much more from him that he just couldn't give me right now.
So right now, he is exactly what you need. He is.
And it's taken about a year of knowing him and fucking around with him to be like, oh, I can't ask anything from you because you're on your own path. Yeah. You know what I mean? I had that time alone to figure out who I am and what I want out of this life. He's 2 years younger than me.
He's still taking that journey.
You know, he deserves that time to figure his shit out too. And so I'm glad you brought that up, actually, because I had to take a step back and not be frustrated with why he couldn't give this to me. I had to accept that this is exactly what I needed in this moment right now. And there's a reason for everything. So...
Absolutely.
That being said, fam, if you can relate to any of this, just know that we're love you. Yeah. And there is going to be a brighter day.
There is always light at the end of a tunnel.
You just have to hold on.
That's why it's a tunnel.
I know I hate that term, fake it till you make it, but some days I just had to grin and bear it and just push through it.
Purge those tears.
It was... I would find myself fixating myself on just small things. Like, it sounds stupid now, but I was so depressed that I would go home from work, pick Elliot up, and be like, today's going to be okay. Tonight, I'm not going to be lonely because I have a home to go home to, and I just bought a new bag of chips. You know what I mean? That sounds so stupid.
That bag of chips,
but it was almost like a comfort to me. I could go to a safe space, be myself, eat my bag of chips, and that honestly would get me through days.
You didn't have to answer to anyone. You're like, you know what? If I'm going to eat this whole bag of chips with my cute little son here, I am going to eat a whole bag of chips with my cute little son here.
Yeah. I mean, I think my biggest message to you guys is still try to be present through those difficult times, because now that I look back on pictures of Elliot and me too, like, I look like I'm wasting away. I was so skinny. I looked unhealthy. I really developed an eating disorder. It was very bad. But after getting healthy and everything, I was still so fixated on going out and partying and who my friends were and, you know, what I was going to do this weekend, that I wasn't focusing my energy or my love on what needed it most. And that's what kills me. That is the one regret that I have throughout the past 3 years, is I was so consumed by my divorce and the loss of my marriage and who I thought my partner was, that I wasn't making my own child a priority.
Yeah.
And I feel like I missed out on some of the cutest times of his life. He was 18 months old when we separated, and my aunt sent me a picture of him and her daughter, who are the same age, from when we were living there. And I was just like, my God, I don't even remember most of this year.
Yeah.
I don't remember this time of Elliot's life, and I will hold on to that forever. Obviously, I'm not going to make myself feel any worse about it, because that's not what we're promoting here. But
now you know to going forward to really be in the moment of creating those new memories with him now.
Yes. Substance and sex and putting those feelings off is just like a Band-Aid effect. You know what I mean? It's only going to make things feel okay for a short amount of time.
While you're in the moment.
Yes. So, just try and stay present. Feel those feelings. I know it's hard. I know it's painful, but you have so much strength inside of you that you probably don't even realize yet. You can fucking accomplish anything, you guys. And
Anything.
I'm fucking proud of you. And
So proud.
we're fucking rooting for you.
We love you.
And if
You got this.
If you have a traumatic day in your year that you end up making a self-appreciation day out of,
Please do.
please do and let us know.
I want to know. Everyone needs one. No matter if you even had even if you're in a great time of your life, have an appreciation day because you know what? Us as humans, we just kind of forget about ourselves. You have to put yourself first to help others.
Well, yeah, and you get so
Consumed with
Yeah.
everything.
the mundane that you don't recognize how far you've come or those little small changes. It's like when you send your kid off to their grandparents for the weekend, you get them back and suddenly they look huge. You said that
My
about
God.
Caroline, and even over an hour, she's like, "Did you grow?" It's kind of like
I'm
that.
like, where the hell did you go?
We need to take a step back, refocus the lens, go look at yourself in the mirror, and give yourself some positive fucking affirmations.
Take a nudie.
They really
And
do
save
work.
it.
Yes, they really do work. And you know what? If you want things out of life, don't be like, "Oh, I want to be successful. I want, to find love." No. Again, refocus. I am rich. I am successful. I am loved. It's not a matter of if and or when, it's now. And that starts with you, and it starts today.
Side note.
Wow.
I found this. That was intense. And I have to
Impactful.
I have to break it up a little bit. But on a side note, on Instagram, there was a guy that posted every good idea, like Facebook, Google, Amazon, and Disney, came from a garage. What's your excuse?
Yeah.
And someone said, I don't have a garage.
Hey, I don't, but I'm still.
But that's the thing, though. It's
Go
like
make one.
computers were built in a garage. You have a basement. You have a room. Why can't you? You have all the tools at your fingertips. Why aren't we using them?
And even if you don't have everything you want or desire in this moment, you are paving the way to get there. Okay? It's already happened in some other reality. And anything that is intended for you, anything that is truly fucking meant for you, you can't fuck it up.
No.
It will still come to you.
Yep.
So don't
It might take a little bit longer with your side roads, but you will still get there.
take it from me. There are a lot of side roads.
I mean, she went left and she was supposed to go right, and then she kind of jumped off a cliff and then
That's what makes
got
the
an
tunnel seem
undercurrent
so
and
long.
came up. It's totally fine.
That's when I drowned in Mexico. I
Yeah.
was rebirthed. Rebirthed.
That was her getting right back on the path again, just to kind of go right instead of left.
What cliches can we throw at them? Jump back on that horse. Giddy up. Giddy up, girl. If
Trying to
you,
think of
okay,
another one.
before we wrap it up, sorry. If you could pick a day out of the year to be your me day, what would it be?
I don't know. It's like a day.
Yeah, any day.
Any day. I feel like a June 9th. I like June 9th. Because that was like the day I was supposed to be born,
Oh, I like that.
but I was early.
I like
So
that.
I've always I like June 9th. I'm like, oh yeah, in June.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, I have so much I
love
could
it.
say about that, but that we'll just save
Next
it for another episode.
And we'll call it the June 9th episode.
Or Saturn Return, because I learned that from the book that I'm reading
Ooh,
by
I
the
wanna-
author
I
that's
wanna
going to be
read
on our
that
show
book.
in a couple weeks.
Ah.
Yes, so we'll talk about Saturn Return and lots of great things coming to you guys. Thanks for listening to my sappy sob story. I hope it wasn't a waste of time and you got something
Absolutely
out of
not.
it. I got something out of it, so I'm going to chalk that up as a win. Ding, ding. All that being said,
Check it.
if you want to give us a follow on Instagram or Facebook, you can do so at Hard Talks with B&H. You can also find us on Twitter at Hard Talks with B1.
One.
Our computer is still working, so
You're welcome.
high five. This was a good one.
Sorry.
Watch this be our best episode yet.
Oh, it will be. Because that was like perfect. We're all talking.
Rolling.
And then all of a
and
sudden
the
it's
shit
like
show
a,
goes
ah!
fucking rolling. It's gonna be great.
Read the bobbin.
You can jump onto our Patreon. We do have our bonus episodes coming to you every 15th of the month.
Because you all want to hear this voice.
Yes,
Talking
January's
about sex.
erotica novel reading is up, I think starting in the $10 tier. So hop on there if you want to support the show.
And me.
It would be huge to us. And obviously we know times are crazy. Money gets tight.
We get it.
There's other ways to support us too. You could jump onto Apple Podcasts, give us that 5-star review, leave a comment, share our shit. All that stuff really helps on the business end of things. What am I forgetting? You can email us at hardtalkswithbnh@gmail.com. We've been
haven't
getting
said
a lot of questions or answers. We've been doing a lot of Q&As on our Instagram. So it's been really rad having a lot more interaction with people.
It's fun.
Them wanting to get
Makes
to know
you
us.
think about shit. You're like,
Oh, yeah, like this whole
sometimes I have to
episode.
ask Chase about stuff. I'm like, what I'd like to do, and he's like this. I'm like, oh.
What do I like to do? That's what you're gonna figure out on your me day when it comes around.
Well, read in the bed. That's all I want in life is to read and get in a hot bath.
Okay, wow. Go do that, fam.
I did that one night, and I had Caroline in her little rock and play watching TV, and I was just like watching music videos, and I was in the bath. It's great.
Sounds good to me. Anything that makes you feel good, that makes
it.
you feel content, do it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
We love you.
Be weird. Stay goofy.
Don't
ridiculous.
let someone tell you
No.
not to not do it.
Be
Let
ridiculous.
your freak flag fly.
Wild, free-spirited, off-the-wall self. Go do it, and you know what? Do it proudly.
And we love you for it.
I will love you even more for it.
Because
so
it's great. Everyone should be weird.
we are.
Makes
So,
us the true, like, it makes us weirds not feel so weird.
what did I used to say? Thank you for supporting all of our ridiculousness and splendor.
We haven't said that for a long time.
I know.
We're here for it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, we did it.
Oh my god, I gotta freaking pee.
Go pee.
That freaking Brianna called me.
Ooh.
That was supposed to come yesterday. I ain't got time today.
Did she think that it was today? Are we good? We're good. We're good. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
How's that song go?
You're beautiful. It's true. Oh, we're still recording.
Hey, keep it.
A fuck of me, a fuck of you.
Hey.
Hey.